Hello everyone, welcome to Raising Vibrations. This is Simon, and today we're doing chart of the day. This is for the 11th and 12th of December 2015. I hope that everybody's doing good and that you had, not that it really means anything if you're in a fifth dimensional state, but a good weekend, and you're ready and fired up and wanting to take your life to the next level. So this is the first chart of the day that I've done for 2016. And, you know, to be quite honest, like for me personally, I'm really excited to be sharing with you some of the ideas that I'm working through at this point in time. I'm also at a stage within my own consciousness where I'm like having to work through and process quite a lot of ancestral karma. So I'm trying to balance out being of service to you, but at the same time also looking after my energetic field, because it's taking quite a lot of my time to process and shift this energy within myself. But one thing I can tell you is that as I'm like shifting this energy, I'm pouring new consciousness into those areas that are like this picture that you're actually seeing at this point in time. And that's really what I wanted to maybe lead into with regards to today's chart of the day, is what you're staring at right now. And the middle piece is, if I highlight it for everybody over here, you can see that middle piece, that electric charge that is going up the center over there, is the inspiration that I want everybody to tap into for 2016. This is the year of execution. This is the year of being. This is the year of taking charge of your existence and really allowing yourself to be shot into the distance in a way that has never been discovered before. And I sort of like associate this with this process of everybody sitting in a catapult, okay? And where we are right now is that point where we're like, oh my gosh, we're just going to be released into the cosmos. This is going to be amazing. But to get to that point where we've created enough tension for us to be shot in that direction, we needed to do all the hard work, pushing that like elastic band into one direction, so that like I said, so that tension can be released and we can kind of be catapulted into the potential heights that we as human beings have within ourselves. And, you know, if you really want to honor your time on Earth, there's a part of yourself that you've got to recognize that as much as this is about growing and learning, etc., there's also about experiencing what it means to do that. So we have the feminine and the whole sort of growth process and growing pains, but what does it mean to actually then experience yourself as a being that has done all that hard work? And so I think that that's really, really essential to this process. And so in my opinion, the undistorted masculine expression is that release of energy that is just like bursting into the cosmos. So that's what this picture is about today. And it has kind of like a connection to what I'm sharing with you right now, in the sense that it's the axiom of as above, so below. And I feel like today's message in regards to chart of the day has a lot to do with the ancestral karma and your roots, but also realizing that at some point we stop focusing on clearing that karma and allowing ourselves to be repaving that part of ourselves that is rooted in who our self-identity, that part of ourselves that we are rooted in, so that we can springboard ourselves into a direction. Okay, so another way that I could simply put that is the kind of a pyramid. If you observe a pyramid, the base of it, and I've said this many times, the base of it is very structured and elongated. It's long. And then that structure, that sort of platform, allows for growth to exist in a very easy way. In fact, ascension comes from that place of strong rootedness. So the first thing that I want to bring into our awareness is the Cancer Capricorn axis. Now, Cancer Capricorn, if you have a look at the chart on the right hand side, you can see the sun's there at 20 degrees. You can see Mercury's retrograde there in Capricorn, as well as Pluto. Now, for many of you that have been following the work that I've been doing, you will know that I'm heavily invested in the south nodes of planetary archetypes and where they've been in the past and what the collective has been doing in the past and what has kind of structured our reality at this stage. And so the sun and Pluto are actually, and the new moon that took place just recently was heavily influential in making us aware of the types of conditioning patterns that we held within ourselves. So the picture on the left-hand side, if you look below the surface, as it were, that kind of illuminated area, that's what I'm talking about. It's like that part of ourselves that is heavily invested and rooted into the ground. We operate from that space. This is the unconscious, right? So the more that we delve into the unconscious and explore more of that aspect of ourselves, the more we can actually grow in the external world, okay? So these planetary south nodes themselves, and if you don't know what I'm talking about completely, I would highly recommend looking at the new moon video that I had created, and it's on YouTube, the most recent one, and the article as well, which I will link in this description. To read in terms of what I'm really talking about here. But the essential conditioning patterns, this is what I'm talking about, the conditioning patterns that we carry with us that essentially promote the way that and our orientation to life. So as an example, in a more literal way, for me, I grew up in South Africa. A part of my journey was learning to become aware of my choices in past lives regarding shifting away from matriarchy to patriarchy, and how that has then reminded me of my own relationship to the divine feminine. So if I look at my choices in life, one of the biggest things that I'm trying to really integrate into myself or master within myself and nurture within myself, all of these are Capricorn words, is the capacity to be more nurturing to myself, like to be more supportive of myself. This is what feminine energy is about. It's nurturing, it's looking after. That's why if you look at this chart, I've actually added in, and now that whole entire thing has just made a total collapse of the picture. Sorry, guys. But if you look at the chart on the right-hand side, pardon me, you can see how that like distracts me so much. My Virgo gets really, really annoyed when that happens. Like I want it to be perfect. And I usually like edit that stuff out, but this is such good content that I'm like having to just leave that display of, Mercury retrograde experience on the chart. So I hope everybody's not deterred by it anyway. But let me come back to what I'm really trying to say here. I've got Ceres, okay, the asteroid Ceres, okay, that's a 23 degrees Aquarius. If you guys look on the chart, you'll see Uranus is in Aries, and then you've got that cluster of planets, Neptune, Chiron, and South Node in Pisces, and then the planet or the asteroid up there in Aquarius at 23 degrees. That's Ceres, okay? And the moon's in Aquarius as well. So what I wanted to bring to the table was that I added in that asteroid to remind us that when we are trying to firstly create a direction in our lives, when we are looking to express ourselves in a very masculine way, like we're wanting to find direction, we're wanting to establish abundance in our lives, the thing that we've got to pay attention to equally while doing that process, and that's a very, very powerful word to use, by the way, equally, balanced, holistic. These words must be integrated into your vocabulary if you're looking to actually ascend into the next dimension of reality. It's all good and well that we read articles and we do all this wonderful stuff regarding New Age things about fifth dimension, etc. But if you're not actually living that story and experiencing what that aspect of reality is about, then all it is just a bunch of words floating around in your mind. So what I want to bring to the table is that holistic, balanced, equal are words that are essential to this new direction that humanity is going into. And the second thing is to recognize that this opportunity for us right now to remind us that if we are looking to expand, if we are looking to grow, if we are looking to be bold in our choices and our directions, we've got to pay attention to the root foundation that we have created. And if that's not strong, then expect your growth process to be one that is in direct relationship to how much soil you have nurtured within yourself, how much ground you have under you, okay? In a more sort of like practical left brain kind of description, if you're somebody that's running a business, okay? Now, generally running a business would imply that you're doing something that you love, right brain, right? It's your story, it's your mission. But if you're not doing the left brain archetype, which is creating a community to plant your seeds in order for your dreams to grow, then you're never going to be able to actually have that manifested in reality. So the point that I'm trying to make here is that, again, your marketing needs to be aligned with, in my opinion, something that is giving back to a community, but also at the same time, like allowing yourself to have exposure, right? Just as a simple sort of thing. If you're somebody that's wanting you've just decided to make t-shirts with sacred geometry on it, and you love doing this and it's all pattern orientated, but you don't seem to see the elements of energy exchange. Well, that is what I mean by this axiom of above, so below, this Capricorn Cancer archetypal structure, this asteroid of Ceres coming in here. How do you nurture your brand? How do you nurture yourself and your ideas and your spiritual growth? These things must be integrated into your story if you are to successfully be able to create equilibrium and balance within yourself. And this is something that's really, really dangerous with New Age philosophies and teachings, that we go off on tangents regarding the deeper questions in life and all this type of stuff, but we never actually do the thing that we've come here to do spiritually as well, which is to manifest the ideas that we have within ourselves and grow them. So nurturing and protection is a really simple but very difficult thing that we need to integrate within ourselves. Okay. All right, guys, thanks so much for allowing me to share with you my my chart of the day thoughts. And again, remember to hit the like and subscribe button, pardon me, and share the video. And until the next one, have a fantastic day. Take care. Bye-bye.